Sometimes when the world is so suddy and people are a bore, I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner. A place with all my favorite toys and games and movies and more. I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 26.
26! Whoop, 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 whoop.
We're getting there. I don't know where we're getting.
Yeah, where are we getting to?
But we're getting there.
Where is there?
You'll know when we get there.
You don't know where there is either.
No, but when I get there, I'll know about it.
Okay, whatever.
Yep. So I have a lot of stuff to talk about this week.
And I have nothing.
You do. You have your book.
My book.
You want to talk about that? You finished your second book in
the Bargainer series. The second book is better. I like the beginning of the first book more, I guess, but the second book, the ending is better.
Okay.
It has good story development. It's a good book.
Okay.
I really like it.
You going to talk about it at all?
Like what?
I
Like,
don't know.
You want to know the plot, or
Yeah, I mean,
it's about fairies.
everyone's tuning in every week for this now. We need the updates. No one gives a shit about anything except these,
my book.
These
These Bargainer updates.
yeah.
The second book is called The Dark Hem.
The dark hem or the dark hymn?
Hem.
Hem like in pants.
No, like you do like a song, like a hem.
A hymn?
Hymn. Yes. Sorry. HYMEMN. Yeah, a hymn. Is that what you call it?
That's a hymn.
Okay.
A hem.
I definitely thought it was a hem. It's a hymn. Okay.
It's a hymn. It's a hymn.
Like you're a hymn? A hymn? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well. Didn't know that. But it's called The Dark Hem.
Okay.
Hymn. And so in the first book, it's kind of like the exposition about who they are.
Okay.
And then in this book,
it's like that. It's like any episode 1 of anything.
Yeah.
How many pages is a book?
The first 400. About
400 pages just to intro the characters?
I mean, half of it is like intro.
Okay.
And then it gets like a little bit more into like the story.
Okay.
I mean, it goes through. So the first book has like flashback chapters to it because it explains like the past of the two characters.
Right. So it's just the intro. It's basically the whole first book is the.
It's always introductions. And I usually don't like first books in series as much, but the first book was good. Like the exposition was really good.
Okay.
The second book is also good. It explains more about like the world of the fairy world that they talk about. It's called Otherworld or Outer World. I don't remember which one, but
okay,
it talks about like the dynamics of that world, which is really cool. It splits the world. It splits the world into like 4 kingdoms, and it's just really cool.
Okay.
Also, I've noticed a theme. I didn't realize how these fantasy books reuse names. Like, I know it's
like
based
from other things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, usually when someone comes up with a good name, they steal it or they alter it some way.
Yeah.
Why?
So, because I've noticed a pattern of fairy names. So, like, in another book series that I love, The Mortal Instruments, which also has, like, fairies and stuff like that.
Right.
There's a character in The Dark Artifacts, which is, like, a break-off series. Like, she has a ton of them that goes with that book series. There's a fairy, like, prince called Keaton.
Okay.
And that's like a really popular name for a fairy princess, apparently, because this is like the third different kind of book that I've read, like fairy lore that has Keaton. I don't know where it comes from. I should look it up.
I would look it up because that person probably didn't come up with it. It was probably taken from some kind of like lore, or something.
That's usually what it ends up being.
I don't hate the name
Keaton. I like it. I think it's a cool name. So yeah. But this book's really good. The second book was really good. This series has like a weird half book as the third book. The third book is not the third book. It's like a 2.5 book. So it goes into like, I think the backstory of one of the main characters. I don't know. I had to read it. But it goes into like the backstory of one of the main characters. So like, I don't know. I guess it's important for the third book.
Well, why wouldn't that just be like the epilogue?
It's long. It's like 200 pages.
Okay.
So I guess like she just made a separate book for it.
Okay, I guess.
Which is fine. Then yeah. That's really it.
Okay. All right. So my whole list is all over the place. I didn't put it in order or anything.
Okay. It's going to be a nice mishmash.
Yes. And I'm not going to get into it, but if you want to have a one-on-one conversation with me, anybody, I'll gladly do it. But anyway, Gina Carano got fired.
Yeah.
And she got replaced.
She got replaced?
So, now, this might be one of the rumor mill things, but it feels like she got replaced instantly, or they had a replacement all ready to go. So,
who's her replacement?
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle?
This is what I've heard.
Okay, listen. Then they're not replacing her. They're just putting in a different character.
No, he's going to wear a wig.
No. Listen, if they replaced her with Don Cheadle, I'm sure they're just changing the character entirely.
Now, I love Don Cheadle.
I adore Don Cheadle.
I love that man very much.
Kind of exciting.
Yes. But that's the article I read.
Listen,
it was like if they replace her with Don Cheadle, and I was like, wait, what?
If Don Cheadle joins the Star Wars universe, unstoppable.
I think it's for the Ranger one. I forget what it's called because I don't know that much about it. But there's a Ranger spinoff.
Yes.
And that's what he's going to be in. Because originally she was supposed to be in it. But now...
all about Don Cheadle.
She's not.
All about Don Cheadle.
So that's that.
Yep. Woo, Don Cheadle.
Now, this conversation doesn't make anything kind of sense with you. So I'm going to have to save this one for Mike. When he comes.
For Mike?
Yes. I have a lot of Godzilla conversations.
Oh, okay.
So,
yes.
I finally...
You do have to save all those for Mike.
I finally watched King of the Monsters.
Yes, you did.
It's good.
Okay.
It's exactly what you want from a Godzilla movie. There's a lot of people in it.
Yes.
Which there could be less.
Okay.
But it worked. People had problems with the story. I mean, like, in the end, it's monsters fighting. And that movie had all the monsters.
Okay.
It was good.
All right. I mean, like, listen. I'd be willing to watch the new ones. Like King of the Monsters.
Yeah, well, why didn't you?
I was working when you watched it.
But you didn't want to watch it. You were fighting it the whole time. It's even got your Eggo girl in it. 11 or 7 or whatever the thing is from Upside Down Land.
I don't even remember.
Girl.
I haven't watched.
I think her name's 11.
11, yeah. I haven't watched Stranger Things in quite some time.
Yeah. So she's in there.
I do like her. Molly Bobby Brown. That's her name.
That's interesting.
Molly Bobby Brown.
Did not know that, but I don't care either. She's not one of those people I care about.
I like her. I think she's a good actress. But okay, I'll watch it. I'll watch Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Well, you got to watch the first one too.
What's the first one?
It's 3. Godzilla King of the Monsters. And then Godzilla versus Kong.
That's the one that's coming out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That we're gonna watch.
Okay. I'd be willing to watch this. Fine.
Good.
You've convinced me.
Now that got me thinking. If you look at the history of Godzilla, see, I'm going to save some of the things. I'm going to use some of the conversations about Godzilla that you can actually have input.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, through the years, Godzilla has changed drastically.
Okay.
And everyone's had their own interpretation on it.
Okay.
Now, this American Godzilla is nothing like the other Godzillas.
Like the ones from Japan.
They're still making those Godzillas.
Okay.
Which I have to. I did start, but I have to finish the Netflix anime-esque version.
Okay.
I like Godzilla. Okay.
Okay.
It's just a big old mutant lizard dinosaur fucking shit up.
I'm just baffled as to why you're okay with watching that as an anime.
Because I like the story content.
Okay.
I did.
The artwork doesn't bother you?
Here's the. It's not the artwork that bothers me with anime.
Really?
Yeah, it's not the well-drawn anime.
Okay.
Now, like the anime that little kids are into with the you see the sweat drop on their forehead and the big eyes and the goofiness, that I don't like.
Okay.
I can fight through the well-drawn artistic anime
For Godzilla.
And I did it for one of the X-Men things too. There's
Yeah.
an X-Men anime.
You also did it for Transformers, kind of.
That's not anime.
That's anime.
No, it's not.
That anime-esque.
How's it anime-esque?
Like the line movements. I don't know. I thought it was anime-esque.
No, it's a American production.
Okay, never mind.
Animation. The toys were for Japan.
Okay.
But yeah, so that got me thinking, and I think about it all the time. And I follow a lot of artists. Now, this has nothing to do with Godzilla anymore. This is just an intro because they change every year. An art style. For me as an artist, I don't know what style I am. Like, if I'm not drawing a clown, can you pick my art style out?
Yeah.
Can you, though?
I think so.
I feel like that's a problem. Like, you should be able to. Like, look, that's Dunkel. That's his work.
I think I can.
Unless I'm drawing something fucking goofy.
No, when do you... Okay, so the real question is, when do you not draw goofy things?
That Venom.
Yeah.
That I turned into the clown.
Yeah, but I think that still has your, like, somewhat cartoony style. You have, like, a cartoonish style to you.
So, going through everything from my parents' house.
Yes.
And going through my old sketchbooks. I didn't start drawing cartoony things until my third or fourth year of college.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was very, not realistic, but definitely dark. With
I still think
heavy lines and all it.
I still think your aesthetic is a little dark, but I think that it within that darkness is still like a little cartoony aspect. Because you're not a realistic. You don't draw realism.
Oh, hell no.
You're not completely abstract because, like, your artwork is still very discernible.
But, yeah. I'm just, like, looking over my artwork. Unless I'm drawing my clown, I can't, like, looking at our wall of art, I wouldn't be able to be like, okay, that's mine.
I can. I know what your style looks like. I think that you don't notice it as much, but like I can see which paintings are yours and which ones aren't.
Okay.
And not just because most of them contain clowns.
Okay. No, because I'm getting back into comic books, collecting comic books, and like different art covers are done by different people, and people are like, without, like, you can look at an art cover and be like, okay, that's this guy.
I can do that with your artwork.
Okay.
I think that you're too critical. As always, you're too critical of yourself. Always.
Okay.
But I definitely think you have a very discernible artwork style. Not realistic and not, like, all the way cartoony, but you have, like, this very... It's dark, but it still has, like, this cartoony edge to it.
Okay. If you say so. I don't know. I don't say it.
100%.
Okay. Speaking of art, talk to Mark.
Yay! How is he?
We had our yearly conversation. Sorry, I had a text. It's Marshall. He couldn't be on the show, but he's texting me.
Loser.
So talk to Mark.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing well.
Good.
Dealing with everything everyone else is dealing with. He started a podcast.
Ooh!
Unbeknownst to me, back in August, but he hasn't really he hasn't published it.
Oh, okay.
Like, so he's sitting on these files. He sent me one.
Uh-huh.
First of all, that man has the best voice
Ever.
in the world.
I agree. Mark, you said he's doing a podcast, and I got super excited just because I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Like, I just listen to him to talk about whatever. He could just be reading, like,
if
the
he
alphabet.
reads me stories, I'll be good.
Yeah. So, what... I'm going to try to... Him and his... I think one of his boys in, like, Ohio or something. We're doing it over... Over... Whatever. Over the internet, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And what he would do is they collect news articles and just talk about them. Like daily news of things that impact them and interest them, and then everything like that. And like I said, it was good.
I would 100% listen.
Yeah. So I need to convince him to publish it, but also convince his ass to get on this podcast.
Yeah.
Because he's not far away.
No.
He can come over, jump on, leave. And we can just listen to his
listen to his voice.
His buttery voice.
He does. He has the best voice.
When he comes over, I'm going to do the theme music from the animation we did in college. The theme music to Smoking It's a Dang Shame, when he did the voiceover for that.
Oh my gosh. I remember that.
God. But yeah, we were talking about art and getting back into it. He really hasn't done much. I haven't done much. It is what it is. But
I mean,
shit happens.
You do what you can do.
The next thing, I was on my phone for some reason, and you looked at my phone for some reason, and you saw my emails. My count of unread emails.
Oh my God!
Not my porn emails.
No, I was gonna say. I was like, "Are you talking about the pornography I found?" Because we don't have to talk about that.
All the guys that send me their dicks. So that's neither here or there.
I mean,
but
listen,
anyway,
you do you, boo boo.
So there was what, 20,000 unread
20,000 unread emails. Like, your phone gave me straight anxiety. You had 20,000 unread emails. You had 700 unread text messages.
No,
or phone calls or something.
I had 8.
There was some other thing
8.
that said 700.
No, there was not 7. No, that was other email accounts. I have 3 email.
Okay,
apps.
so.
But you got mad at me because I had 8 undeleted phone calls or whatever.
8 phone call notifications. You had 20,000 emails though.
Yeah.
20,000
just
unread
from
emails.
one account.
One account.
From
and then 700 on a different account, and I was like, "What is going on?"
I'll look at it right now.
No, I don't know. It gives me anxiety.
10,476 in my Gmail. 400 in another email. You want to know my Yahoo email?
No, but you tell me.
Guess. Let's play a game.
Like,
I'm not going to go higher or lower. Just tell me.
Is it like 80,000?
Oddly enough, very close. 104,000.
What?
Yep.
How do you function seeing that on your phone?
Now, we know I have OCD real bad.
Yes.
But only for some things. This clearly doesn't bother me.
Oh my,
It'll take me 8 years to go through and delete these.
Oh, so here's...
I'm a hoarder, but only with emails.
Oh,
that's what I found. I've realized.
A hoarder of No, listen.
I'm borderline hoarder with everything in real life, but with emails, I just hoard that shit. Because I can't delete it because there might be something important on it.
There's nothing important. That's why you have 10,000 of them. Listen, you're like those people at my job who have 50 million tabs open in like Chrome where you don't know what any of the tabs are, but they're all open.
Now, I don't have that in my computer, but on my phone, you can open up the browser and there's hundreds of
I'm
them.
stressed. I'm stressed.
But to be fair, there are things saved. There's things I need to buy, research. I can't I constantly look up and Google shit information.
If I would
I want to come back to it at some point.
Okay, so question.
Yes.
Question. You want to come back to it at some point. Do you actually go back to that tab, or do you open a new tab and open up the same tab?
Here's the thing. Sometimes for that, I clear it like once a month. I go through, I deleted maybe 50 of those tabs, and then I look for duplicates. So sometimes I'll just duplicate it. But when you go into Google search and in the bar at the top, you can put it in, and it'll say open up that tab. So I usually do that. But I'll open it up, all right? It doesn't tell you how many tabs.
Good.
Before it did. And I'll just randomly go to one, all right?
Is this a game you play?
Headlights. That's a conversation for later.
I need you to cut that crap out.
A utility thing for my belt. That's important.
I don't want to hear about all the tabs you have open.
I'm just saying. Animation cells? Do you want to buy an animation cell?
No.
I do. They got Lil Nemo in Slumberland.
Listen.
I'm just saying. That's tempting.
I don't have
and I just saved $800.
I don't have many things that I OCD about. I don't have many.
Okay.
But that is definitely one of them. And your phone stresses me out.
Just don't look at my phone no more.
It stresses me out.
That's one way to keep
10,000
keep your spouse from looking at your thing. Just show her emails and be like, I'm not looking at your phone. That way you won't look at the other things.
10,000. Is there something on your phone you don't want me to look at?
I probably got a lot of things you don't want to look at on my phone. Let's just be honest.
Like what?
There's probably a lot of things you don't want to look at on my phone.
What?
I don't know.
What are you looking at?
I don't. Lots of things that probably normal people shouldn't be looking at.
Example.
Well, I can't show you because you'll look at my emails.
I just want an example.
I don't know. Why does he need teacups?
Teacups?
Shaped like stars. Like, the shit I look up doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Because in the moment, my brain, which is wired like a cuckoo clock, finds something and then needs to look it up. And then once I look that up, I look up something else that's really... Look, okay, I'll put it in comparison. So, when you go... We've talked about this before, but back in the day when you go on YouTube and you just go down that YouTube hole,
the rabbit hole.
That's where...
That's
my
how
mind
your brain
goes.
works.
So I got to open up a tab for each one.
That makes sense.
But you'll open up a tab at the end, and you'll not understand where I started from. So I might have started up for looking at vintage teddy bears. And somehow along the lines that turned into cucumbers that came to life and ate babies.
I know the steps you take to get to places is really weird, so I understand that. That makes sense.
Like our bird journey the other day. Last night.
Yes.
So I like to watch videos on birds.
Yes.
What were we we were watching Good Mythical Morning.
We were watching Good
And
Mythical
they talked about the shoebill stork.
Yeah, they had weird-footed animals, and they were guessing the weird-footed animals' feet. And,
Correct.
they had a board with a bunch of weird animals.
Right.
And one of them was a shoe-billed stork.
Right.
And
Which you've never heard of before.
I've never heard of this before.
I got excited because I love those things.
If serial killers had a bird, that would be it. It's a serial killer bird.
No, if the serial killer was a bird,
yes,
that would be it.
It would be
they
a
are
shoe-billed
scary
stork.
looking as fuck.
They look like they're gonna murder you.
We went down that rabbit hole of watching these birds,
shoe-billed
which they
stork
sound
videos.
exactly like a velociraptor.
Yep. They blink like a velociraptor. Like they don't really have eyelids. It's just like a
they
slit.
do.
No,
they have a whole lid that comes down, but it's hidden up inside.
Yeah,
their head.
it's not like a lid. It's like it's like a flat. I don't know what that's called, but it's
an eyelid, babe.
It's not an eyelid,
it is,
though.
It's an eyelid.
It's not.
It's a part. Okay. Anything that covers your eye is an eyelid.
Okay, fine. But it's like recessed.
Yes,
it's
not. It's like it's hidden. You don't see it.
It's so it blinks creepily. It like stares Like
we watched a minute and 30-second video of one of these birds sitting in the rain, just looking at the camera, and I got chills. Like the thing was going to come out of the screen and get me.
Ever.
They are cool fucking birds, though. They look awesome.
They are. And what's really cool, and you told me this, it's like I now understand a little bit more about a Harry Potter character I really think now that that Harry Potter character is based on that bird.
I don't know what character you're talking about.
Okay, so Buckbeak is like a bird, horse, eagle, or he's like an eagle horse hybrid.
Okay.
That flies.
Well, okay.
Well, eagle, yeah. In Harry Potter.
Okay.
And when you approach they're called hippogriffs.
Okay.
When you approach a hippogriff,
yeah,
you have to bow, and it has to bow back,
right,
before you can like go up and touch it.
Now, I showed you. I talked about this one. Is it the bird's name? Sushi or Sasha or something? It's a rescued bird in Asia, but I don't think all of them are like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know much about them, but there's a bird in Sanctuary that you have to approach and you have to bow to it,
and
it bows back, and then after you bow to it, it'll let you approach it and pet it. If not, it'll get really fucking pissed off and fly to the other side of the encampment.
That's exactly what Buckbeak does.
So that the whatever her name is, the author
J.K.
probably knew of that bird, that specific one, and wrote it.
It could be.
Did it look familiar, like the beak?
Yeah, like the beak is like the same kind of long, drawn down beak. It's very similar.
Okay, then that's probably where the idea came from.
It's very similar. But yeah, creepy as...
You don't forget this bird.
Creepy as hell bird. It's burned in my memory. And you're like, can we get one? And I'm like, if we get one, I'm going to wake up in cold sweats every night.
At least you're waking up. It didn't murder you in your sleep.
It'll look like it.
And the thing's about a little over 3 foot, maybe 4 foot tall.
Yeah.
It ain't no small fucking thing.
Death.
Next, we watched one of my favorite movies the other night. Jess came over. Do you remember the name of that movie?
Yes, Mr. Billings builds his dream house.
Close. Blandings.
Mr. Blandings built his dream house with Cary Grant.
Cary Grant, one of my maybe my favorite actor.
I love Cary Grant. Yes.
So what you think? It's a black and white movie from the late 40s, early 50s.
Or late 40s. It was 1948.
Yeah.
I loved it. I like old movies like that.
It's a kind of entertainment we don't get anymore.
No.
It's funny. It's clever. It's not like perverse.
It's not slapstick. It's very wholesome.
And he does some slapstick, but not in that movie. But there's something about the movies of that time.
It's just the story is very bland. It's a bland story.
It's not a bland story.
I think it's not. Okay, the storyline is, you know, I wrote it for some people, that this man...
Whoa. Spoiler alerts. If you were going to go see this, take some time and skip ahead. I don't know. This is a really good movie, so we'll probably talk about this for 3 more hours. So skip 3.5 hours ahead in this podcast.
No. But, so
this guy lives in a small apartment, which is crazy because it's a huge apartment.
In New York.
And he wants a house. He wants to buy a house in the country. So they look at a house in Connecticut.
And it's a rundown house.
And the story is of him trying to get this house in order and all. So it's not that.
So it's not like a super exciting storyline, but it's
not like
just good. It's not. Listen, the thing about modern stories is there has to be like a twist, and it has to be like something crazy happens.
It's not exciting. It's not. It's a good sit down movie.
It's just something you watch to just enjoy watching a movie.
Yeah.
It's not meant to like thrill you or excite you.
It's just
meant
to be funny and good.
And it's good. It's just like good and wholesome.
Yeah. That's probably my favorite movie. I like Charade with Audrey Hepburn and Can't remember the other guy's name. But that's a good movie. But
I love Audrey Hepburn.
Mr. Blandings Builds His Dream House. I had that on VHS, and I watched that constantly.
Yeah. It's a good
movie.
It's a good movie. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was just nice. It's just that, like, the movies like that just make you feel warm.
Right. Now, we watched that on
Hulu
Live.
Thank you, Jess.
Right. And evidently, there's this thing on Turner Classic Movies that
you never knew about.
I've never watched any of this, but evidently, if you're going to watch one of their movies, you have this person in the beginning who you don't know and don't give a fuck about.
Nope.
And for 15 minutes, she tells you the whole movie.
Yep.
What is happening, what happens in the middle, and how it concludes.
Yep.
Why the hell would you sit down and go to watch a movie and then have some woman for 15 minutes ruin the whole fucking movie for you?
Turner Classic Movies has been doing that for years. I remember turning on Turner Classic Movies to watch, like, My Fair Lady or Breakfast at Tiffany's. And, yeah, they tell you the whole story. Casablanca. First time I watched Casablanca, I watched it on Turner Classic Movies. And, yeah, they tell you the whole thing. I'm like...
Why? What's the point of that?
I don't understand. I don't know.
It makes no sense to me. Oh, yeah, let me go watch this brand new movie. Let's go to the theaters, watch something that's about to come out. But in the beginning, before we watch the movie, some person's going to come out and tell us exactly what happens.
It's just Turner Classic Movies. I don't know.
That pissed me off.
It was annoying.
That really pissed me off.
It's annoying, but, like, it's something that I was... you're just so used to. I'm so used to it.
No. The next thing, they are going to make a TV show out of Twisted Metal.
The video game?
Yes. I don't know how I feel about that.
I never played Twisted Metal, so...
I love Twisted Metal. Mm-hmm. The second one. If the first one's good, but the second one's better, and then that's it. Sweet Tooth is the main character for most of them. He's the most popular one. He's the clown that drives the ice cream truck. And Will Arnett is going to be the voice of him.
Oh,
I don't know how that's going to go because Will Arnett is a comedian. And I'm guessing the show is going to be
a comedy?
Yeah.
Probably.
If he's in it.
If Will Arnett's voicing it.
So, I don't know. Are you doing something with your foot? I heard like a noise.
Yeah, it's the microphone thing.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that, but it could be good. I'm gonna give it a shot.
You're gonna watch it, yeah. I don't know.
They need to just make a new video game.
Well, maybe if they make the show, they'll make another video game.
Maybe, I don't know. So we had Valentine's Day just happened.
Yes.
A couple days ago.
Yep.
And there's this thing with social media that I've always had a problem with. It's always annoyed me. Somewhat. Somewhat yes, somewhat no. So I found that I don't even know how to start. Okay. So for Valentine's Day, people were doing the Valentine's Day challenge.
Yeah, I saw some of those.
And I did one on my phone, but I didn't post it. I think they're cute. I like them. But the more I start hating social media, the less I give a fuck about anyone knowing anything about me. Like, I tell you I love you. Mm-hmm. I tell you happy Valentine's Day. Mm-hmm. You know how much I care about you.
Yes.
Why does Facebook need to know?
I think it's just it's like having a wedding. It's to profess your love in front of other people. I think that's the thing. It's not necessarily you're doing it for other people. I mean, it's just...
But you are.
But you are. I mean, I don't know.
I don't get it.
I think it's an outward profession of love. It's just to show the world that you love someone. Like, I just want everybody to know how much I love this person. And I think
but
that's
why do they
the
need to know?
Because you want people to know you love someone.
But why? Like, you know I love you, but why does other people need to? Like, this isn't a jab at anyone. This is more of like a...
You're
get
just
into
not
the head
that
of
kind of
things.
person. You're just not that kind of person.
Well, no, I've done it before, and I've done things, but I'm just trying to get into the psyche of it. Like, why why do you have to go...
Because you want...
other people to know.
You want other people to know. You want other people to understand how happy that person makes you.
But
why?
Why does it matter?
Because it's like... I don't know how to... explain it to you if you don't understand. I'll say things for myself.
Okay.
I want people to know that I love you very much because I want people to see the happiness. I want to share that happiness with other people because I think I get enjoyment out of seeing my friends be happy. I get enjoyment out of it.
Okay.
Like seeing someone say that they love someone else, it brings me joy. And it brings me joy because I feel like that person, I feel happiness because that person is happy. And like professing your love to somebody, particularly on social media, I think that if the right person, like I would like to see that my friends say that about their significant other, just because it makes me happy that they're happy.
Okay.
It brings me joy. And that's kind of how like I see it. I see it as I'm not so much like bragging or anything like that. I just want people to see that kind of happiness is possible.
Okay. I guess. The next thing I have are like, so when you go to a convenience store.
Yes.
Which one do you go to? What convenience store do you go to?
Wawa would be, I guess.
Right. Everyone goes to Wawa, right?
In Philly or 7-Eleven.
That's my thing. Who goes to 7-Eleven anymore?
People that live near 7-Elevens.
Every 7-Eleven near us has a Wawa right next door to it.
That's true.
How is 7-Eleven still in business?
Because they have Slurpees.
Okay, Wawa. Okay, that's... Go ahead. They have Slurpees.
Oh my God. I don't know. 7-Eleven.
Wawa has Slurpee options.
Okay, so the only thing that I could say is this. When I went to college, on my college campus, there wasn't a Wawa, but there was a 7-Eleven.
Okay.
But that was the instance where more people went to 7-Eleven. And I know that 7-Eleven has more locations once you get out of our area.
Right.
And our area is excruciatingly saturated with Wawa.
Well, it's saturated with 7-Elevens, too. Wherever there's usually a 7-Eleven, there's a Wawa. They're right next to each other. So how are they still in business? They don't offer anything. If you want a 3-week-old hot dog that's been rolling on the spinner, you can get one there.
And it's like,
but they don't offer food, like real food. They don't make food there, I don't think.
I mean, if you go to a bigger one, they have more like taquito options and stuff like that. But
more old food spinning on the rack.
But yeah, no, they don't make any fresh food, stuff like that.
What I don't like. I was driving past and I saw a 7-Eleven next to a Wawa, and I was like, "Why are they still here?"
They still like the 7-Eleven near us, that's right across the street from the Wawa, still has people that go to it.
I don't know why. I think I should stand outside and ask them. Why do you go in here instead of Wawa?
Yeah, I can't answer that for you. I don't know.
Like, I remember before Wawa was a thing, I was diehard 7-Eleven person. Then Wawa came out, and then everyone was like, "Oh, you gotta go to Wawa." And I was like, "No, I'm a 7-Eleven person." And now 7-Elevens are just that dingy fucking place.
Yep.
Where you're gonna find like a fucking pedophile or some shit. Like, it's just like I don't.
I mean, like I said, the only time I was always a Wawa girl because there was always a Wawa around the corner from my house. Especially when I was a teenager.
I don't even know when Wawa came to the area.
Years and years and years and years ago.
Because we didn't have Wawas in Delaware.
No, Wawa was in Philly when I was a kid.
Wawa didn't come into Philly until I was in like high school.
To Delaware.
Or yeah, Delaware. What did I say, Philly?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't come to Delaware until I was like in high school or college.
Yeah, no. Wawa, there was a Wawa that I would go to in middle school.
Okay.
I remember going
Yeah,
to...
that would be that's roughly the same time, though.
I don't... See, when I was, like, super young,
Mm-hmm.
Russian parents, they don't go to convenience stores. We
I'll
went
have
to we went to the Russian store and Aldi.
I have to look that up.
Russian stores, ShopRite, and Aldi. Those were the three places my parents went. So,
Okay.
I mean, but I remember going to Wawa when I was in, like, 6th grade.
Okay.
6th grade, there was a Wawa. So, yeah, I don't know. I think people just like 7-Eleven. I don't know.
I don't think they do. There's got to be a
can't.
reason. They have restraining orders from Wawa, maybe. Let me skip. So, get some nerd shit out of the way. I collect the Bucky O'Hare figures.
Mm-hmm.
The Green Rabbit from
Yes.
my childhood.
Yep.
And the company Boss Fight hasn't put anything out for them in a while. They have a pre-order that I think just landed, but
Okay.
usually they have already like 7 figures, but they haven't teased anything for almost a year.
Okay.
So I was asking people, and what I got out of it is someone saw an interview or something where they were talking about how they said, we'll make more once you buy what's already in stock. Like, I already have everyone.
Yeah.
I have all of them except the one because I don't need that one figure because it doesn't make any sense for my line. But I have all of them. Like, just you teased some over a year ago. Just make them. But they're making Popeye. They're making Zorro. They're making everyone else. Just give us... You wouldn't be here where you're at right now if it wasn't for the Bucky O'Hare line.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were just the company making 3-4-inch figures that meant nothing. They were just blanks, and you could do whatever you want with them. Then they came out with Bucky, and they blew up. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, Bucky this, Bucky that, and they got popular. Now they're just saying, we'll make them once you buy what we have in stock. So I should buy 12 Bucky figures
Yeah,
and
that's
do what
ridiculous.
with them?
That's
That kind of
ridiculous.
pissed me off. So I might be done my Bucky... was it the last podcast I talked about it? How I was going to collect 3 lines, Beast Wars, Turtles, and
Bucky.
well, maybe Bucky's out.
That's like ridiculous. Like you have to buy what we already made, or we're not making. Like what kind of business model is that?
And they're such good figures, I'd be tempted. But what am I going to do with 4 Bucky
No,
figures?
that's such a bad business model. I'm not going to make anything new. You have to buy what I already made, even though you already have it. Like, okay,
Just do what other companies are doing, which is brilliant. You have a 2-week pre-order. The people pay you, and you make that amount. Because when you're making
Yeah.
things, a small company or whatever, you have a problem with having extra stock.
yeah.
So if you build to order, you're good to go.
Yeah, you just like say like, hey, we're releasing this figure. You have to pre-order it in order to get it because we're not going to make any overstock.
Yeah,
That's
which
it.
is fine.
That's a stupid business model.
I don't care. I got my Bucky, I got my Deadeye, and I got some Toads. I'll be good.
That's just so dumb.
So yeah, that's that fun.
It's just so stupid.
Um,
We're not going to make any more unless you buy what we already have. You're not
and
going to sell
they're
anything.
coming out with Popeye figures now too, which look good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. I think we talked about that with Marshall last time. I don't really.
You're not
I don't
into
need 'em.
Popeye.
I like Popeye,
but
but I don't need it. Like
Yeah.
I don't need it. If I wanted a Popeye, I would have got the Mezco ones. Even though I'm anti-Mezco because they won't let me buy a fucking cockroach figure, their Gomez figure that I can't fucking get unless I pay $400 for it. So, thanks, Cinder. What are you barking at? I think she's got to go out.
okay. You go out.
Okay, so we know how I have good luck with buying stuff for the truck.
Oh yes, such good luck.
So the bull bar was a fiasco.
Yeah.
I've wanted headlights for the truck for a while, but they don't make headlights for it. Not yet. And the headlights I bought for the Kia, you bought me for the Kia as a gift, we retrofitted where I took them to the guy's place. We popped them open. We custom put projectors. I painted them, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, it was stressful.
It sucks. And it's things I don't have time, I don't have patience, anything for anymore. So a company came out. Yeah.
Yeah, she's sniffing the electrical outlet. So
Whatever. Company came out of nowhere and had these headlights that looked fucking amazing. It had all kind of special light features and everything, and they had a coupon, a limited time coupon for like $150 off.
Oh wow!
So it was normally like $860, but with taxes and all at the end, I paid $730 for it.
Yeah.
So I bought them. I pre-ordered them at an impulse buy. I chose them over other things that I was going to buy, and now those windows have closed, so I can't buy those things. So that's kind of a bummer. But impulse bought them, and then all the reviews started
pouring in.
coming into my view. How like 50-50, some are good, some stopped working, some came and didn't work at all, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, God damn it. It's going to be another bull bar thing. So I was like contemplating canceling them because it's like $800.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it. I just canceled it. And I don't know what, I just can't buy anything for the truck. My last car was fucking modded out the ass.
Yeah, I think that this, number one, this truck is fairly new.
Well, so was my Kia when I bought it.
They had souls before yours, though.
No, mine was the first.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like your truck is like a different beast, I guess.
I just don't have any luck for it. It's just, it does not want to be changed whatsoever.
Well, let's
just buy stickers and put them on like I've been doing.
Let's let the be then. Let it be.
Yeah. That's like I have the leveling kit.
Yeah.
I've had a year. I haven't put it on.
You still haven't put it on.
Because I have a feeling something's going to fuck up.
Okay. Well.
But I don't know. We'll see. So, but they processed that, so I got my money back. We got the new... I needed a speaker down here. I wanted a stereo, but I was fine with a Bluetooth thing. And I want to have the lights set up to Alexa so as it lights up. So we got that little ball thing.
The dot. The new dot.
The round dot as it speaks to us. Yeah, Cinder, she's looking at it. She's going to attack it. Cinder, stay away from there.
She doesn't attack anybody else, any of the other ones.
I don't know, but she's looking inquisitive at my shelves. I don't want her to start chewing on something. Anyway, so it's smaller than I expected. I saw reviews. I thought it was bigger, but the thing's tiny.
Yeah, it's a dot.
And I'm not happy with the sound quality.
I like it. I think it's good. For what you get for the money, I think it's good. Plus, it works with Alexa, so...
Yeah. It didn't light up.
Okay.
So, but yeah, because I want to have my lighting down here, so I can come down. What?
Wired. So yeah, so you could.
So I can come down and just be like, turn on,
and
everything turns on.
Yeah.
So I got 2 plugs.
Oh.
One for that side of the wall and one for this. But now I got to figure out how to.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
Is there any way we can wire it so like you could turn those lights off but keep these lights on?
Why?
I don't.
There is, but I'd have to wire a lot.
Okay, well, never mind then.
Why, though?
I don't think it's necessary. Like, we're sitting in here. We don't need the stairwell lit.
Well,
it
doesn't matter.
Okay.
I could always wire these separately, but it's too
much. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, it would just be involving putting in a secondary switch, but that's not on my radar or caring right now.
Okay,
I got enough shit to deal with, including the garage flooding.
Yeah.
So the garage is where I keep everything at the moment. It's my throw all, But more importantly, that's where I have stored everything from my parents' house.
Yeah.
Old books, photos, toys, stuffed animals, clothing, everything. And a lot of it was in cardboard boxes. Now, I know my luck, and I know how things go. So, when I had put things down there, I made sure that a lot of the stuff was off the floor. So, I was supposed to go in there today and start seeing the damage, but I was too tired, and I really don't want to see it.
Yeah, I know.
So I didn't. I did shop vac some more water off the ground because it just keeps coming in.
Yeah, because of all the snow melting and everything.
Yeah, and we have it comes in through the garage wall.
Because there's a crack in it.
So I have to dig a 4-foot hole down in the big 4-foot hole down against the wall outside and patch it from the outside. So that's going to be a pain in the ass. But yeah, so most of it should be okay. But we'll see.
They're just not ready to deal with it, and that's fine.
Yeah, but I got to deal with it soon because fucking mold and shit's going to start growing. So maybe tomorrow.
It's still cold, though, so, I mean, you add a little bit.
That shit'll grow.
Okay, well, then, yeah.
It's a lot. There's no room in there. It's all full of all that shit.
I'm aware.
Well, the shit's not in the house anymore, so...
Yes, it's still in the house. The garage is part of the house.
Doesn't count as the house.
Yes, it does.
All right. I'm contemplating... I don't know if I will. I'm contemplating selling my boots. My ostrich boots.
Why?
I don't wear them. I've had them a year.
Well...
I know, COVID, all that shit.
Like,
but,
where are you going to wear them right now? You wear them when you go somewhere.
They're expensive pair of boots, and I don't... Like, I could just get my money back.
It's up to you, but like, I don't think you should gauge whether or not you're wearing them enough based on this year. I think that's not a fair. Not a fair test.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because we don't go anywhere.
I know. But I'm thinking about it.
So if we don't go anywhere, why would you test it against this year? I don't know. I think that's a bad idea.
I don't know.
If you're basing that off the fact that you don't wear them enough and you've only had them for this year, I think that's kind of silly.
But there's other people out there who are wearing them, and they they could use them more than I can. Get more enjoyment out of them.
Other people.
Plus, I just like my old boots.
You have a uniform at work as well, so like.
Yeah, what's that got to do with that?
I mean, other people probably wear them to work or other things.
I don't know. I wish I could wear boots to work.
You don't go anywhere right now. So again, I don't think it's a good gauge.
We'll see. There's a Cruella movie coming out.
Yes.
I just found out about this today. I have no idea how long it's been out.
I think I told you about it before, though.
You didn't.
Okay.
That I know about.
Okay. I think it looks really good.
I don't.
With Emma Stone.
I love Emma Stone. I love her to death.
Did you watch the trailer?
I did. I watched the trailer.
You don't think it looks good?
Here's the thing. Not every villain has to have a goddamn...
backstory, origin story.
Origin story.
I think this one looks good, though.
But at what point do we stop making you feel anything for a bad guy?
I think that's part of the glory of a bad guy. I think...
Now, I thought that going into this trailer, but this trailer makes it seem like she's always been bad.
This trailer does make it seem like she's always been crazy.
But at what point do we stop making the heroes the enjoyable thing the villains be the thing that we cheer on and enjoy in a movie? Like... Now we go to see movies about villains, and they're our favorite character. Like,
I think here's my thing. I understand where you're coming from, but I think, from my perspective, it's that the more invested you are in a villain, the more invested you are in a movie, and right. I think that dynamic between heroes and villains is further interesting. I don't know how to say
I don't
it.
understand what that word was supposed to be.
It's made further interesting and more enjoyable, I think, when you know the villain. I find that understanding a villain's dynamic makes movies more kind of thought-provoking, I guess would be the word I want to use. I understand where you're coming from. Like, when did this idea of the fact that
But you're supposed to hate her.
You're supposed to just
find
hate
enjoyment out of her because she wants to take your puppies and skin them.
Yeah.
But now we're supposed to watch this movie and like
I don't know. I have to watch the whole movie, but like I think I watched a review of the trailer, and what the guy said was we watch it to find out how she got to that point. Like, how does a person come to be okay with skinning puppies? Same thing with like the Joker, though. I think
we're in this time period where we have to give an excuse for everything.
Yeah, I mean,
and that really is pissing me off more and more. We have to have a reason. We have to have an excuse. Oh, this person is bad, but this person is bad because of this, and this is what happened to him. So here's their excuse for being such an evil bitch, or an evil asshole, or a murderer. But they were abused as a child, so they should get a pass. That's how I see it.
I think that blind hate is just not a thing anymore.
But you shouldn't. You don't have to give them an excuse.
I don't think it's about excuse behavior. It's just like the
Sometimes
Joker.
It is.
I think it's just like the Joker. Like, I don't look at the Joker and go, "Oh, I feel bad for you." While he's blowing up Gotham.
You do in the Joker movie.
You do. You feel that slight sympathy, but then you watch Batman and you still dislike him as a character. I think that.
But then you look at him and be like, "Oh, well, if this didn't happen to him, then."
Yeah. But I think that's good. I think it's a step towards understanding the evilness of the world. I think that it's just like, I compare it to studying history because I'm a historical thinker. I think that in order to truly understand the evils of the world, you have to understand where they come from. And that makes things more, I'm not going to say enjoyable, but more thought-provoking for sure. I think.
Well, I know I can understand that, and I appreciate that, but it's not. It doesn't seem like to understand more. A lot of the times when you have a villain or anything like that nowadays, they just try to make you feel bad for them to understand how they are. Like now, whereas you can just have them be evil. Like, you don't have to have an excuse. Like, it just, for me, it always goes back to the idea of them being excused for their behavior. Like, no, here, like it just goes back to modern society where people just have excuses. You can't take responsibility for your own fucking actions.
I think
you just come up with an excuse. Well, this happened to me, so this is why I'm this way.
Okay.
Well, no, you can change that way. You can you don't rely on these crutches.
I don't think that's the case, though. And this is why. This is why I don't think that's the case. Because they release origin stories after you've already tasted some hatred for that person. I don't think it's about excuse behavior. I think it's to deepen the character for you. But like, it would be different if I watched the Joker movie and then I saw Batman.
Here's the thing. Origin stories are kind of like a new thing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
they were like, "Oh, we have this character.
Let's explore.
But they're dead or whatever.
Let's explore the character."
No, they're like, "We can make more money and make a prequel." These prequel things are new.
Prequels are a new thing. I mean, listen, if you don't like origin stories, and I perfectly understand because you
I love origin stories. No, don't get me wrong. I love origin stories, and I like to see how a character becomes how they are. That's fine. So I know people are listening and be like, or you, and you're like, he's just fucking talking out both sides of his ass, and he's a hypocrite. Yes, but that doesn't matter. Here's my thing. I like seeing origin stories. I love origin stories. I love all that. My problem is when people watch it and then they see it as an excuse for them to be bad. That's not how I am. I can watch something and see how that happened, but I don't want to hear anyone given an excuse. And I feel like that's because
you don't have to treat it that way.
No,
take from the movies what you want.
People say, oh well, that's why that person is that way. That's their excuse. You don't have an excuse. You are the way you are.
I think you're mistaken. I think that you're saying it. The way that you're saying it is that people are excusing their now behavior for their past experiences, and I don't think that that's the case. I think it is an explanation for why they are the way that they are, but does not excuse their current behavior.
I think I might just be mad at society.
I think so too.
And they're mirrored.
I think
very well because people use that excuse in real life.
They do,
and there are some things that happen to you when you're younger that change you completely.
Yes.
I understand that, but some things you can change as an adult. Like and maybe it's just me, but I feel like a lot of times I see things and it's just like, well, this happened, so that's my crutch. That's my excuse.
I think that
I'm just bitter.
It's whether or not you use it as a crutch. I mean, I don't think. Listen, the world is going to beat up people that do that. People that use it as a crutch, they're going to have problems. And it might not seem that way to you, but the people that use those past experiences as crutches struggle. But the people that succeed and are successful not because of those crutches, despite those crutches, are the people that are really truly successful. And I understand why you're saying what you're saying, and I get it. Those people exist that use past experiences as an excuse as to why they are the way that they are. But in my mind, and from what I've seen, those people are not successful people. The people that are successful are people that triumph despite those past experiences.
Yeah, but those first people tend to be the loudest.
Yes. I mean, yeah. They do tend to be the loudest, but they're not the most successful. And again, I think that you're using these origin stories to kind of depict that, but I don't feel like these origin stories are meant for that. I think these origin stories are meant for you to understand where the villain came from and how they got to the point where they got, in order for you to kind of, that's humanity. Like it's humanity is, there are terrible people in the world. Let's look and see why these terrible people are terrible. But it doesn't make them any less terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's the important thing to remember, is that when you look at an origin story, it's not to excuse the behaviors and the morale or the
right. But at some
the ethos of that person,
on some layer, and some level, that is what happens.
Yes, some people will do that. We'll use it as an excuse for those people. Absolutely. But I don't think that that's the purpose.
Okay.
And I find origin stories to be enriching to the story.
I agree. And like I said, I like origin stories. My thing is,
You don't want
I
people
hate
to
society.
use it. You hate the people in society that use origin stories as an excuse for behaviors.
Yes.
And that's a fair thing to say.
Speaking of societies, you watched the new trailer for Justice League.
Yes, the Snyder Cut. Excited.
So you're excited for that.
I'm excited.
I spared you the horse shit pile that was the first one.
Yes.
And because it didn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
Like it felt like a 4-hour movie that was cut down to 2 hours and changed completely. And is exactly what it was.
That's exactly what it was, because the Snyder Cut is 4 hours, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. It felt like, and I did read that. I read that Justice League felt like a movie that was supposed to be longer, but
I think
it
was supposed to be originally like three and some change, but then he left. I don't know what happened. I don't know the whole story.
I don't either.
But
I'm excited about the Snyder Cut.
We'll see.
I'm excited to see Jared Leto as a Joker again without the face tattoos.
Yeah, I don't understand how they're going to deal with that.
I don't know, but I'm curious to find out.
In the timeline, I don't know where Suicide Squad falls with that.
No, I think Suicide Squad was before it.
I don't know.
I'd have to look it up, but
I have no idea.
I am excited. I'm excited that they gave Jared Leto a chance to do Joker again.
I mean, I didn't like him as Joker. Not a lot of people did. I don't like him. I'm not a big fan of him.
You don't like Jared Leto, yeah. I like Jared Leto.
I don't care. I like to see different takes on Joker.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like Nolan's Joker so much.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I did. But what's his name?
Heath Ledger.
No, the other one. The one I hate.
Christian Bale.
Him. I think he tainted it for me.
I think that is exactly what happened to you. I think you watched that movie and all you saw was Christian Bale as Batman.
So. I think,
and
I was
you
just pissed off.
completely ignored Heath Ledger's Joker, because Heath Ledger's Joker is... Jack Nicholson was excruciatingly good. I would say that the difference between Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger is Heath Ledger brings an even darker edge to the Joker that is so good.
This is what I need out of life. It can be set in Batman Beyond's world or whatever. But I need Michael Keaton as Batman. And I need Mark Hamill as Old Man Joker.
Oh, God.
I don't care what they do with that, because he can be old. They can both be old and senile. They could just be like in an old folks' home or something. But I need to see that, because I need to see Hamill because he's the voice.
Yes, I know, but like I couldn't see. Here's the thing: I love Mark Hamill's Joker in the cartoon. I love it, but him actually like seeing Mark Hamill play the Joker, I don't think I could. I would take it seriously.
Yeah, I would. I'm game for that. I want that so bad.
I do not. I again, if I actually saw Mark Hamill play, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to take it seriously.
Why?
Because Mark Hamill is Luke Skywalker.
You just pigeonholed him.
I did.
He can be other things.
Not in my brain. He most certainly can't be the Joker.
He was a vampire in What We Do in the Shadows.
I could see that. I can't see Mark Hamill being the Joker. It's too.
You'd hear the voice.
I'd have to close my eyes the entire time.
No, the voice would meld it together perfectly.
His voice, he does an excellent job voicing
He's a
the
great
Joker.
voice actor.
He is. He's an incredible voice actor. But no, but Heath Ledger, most certainly live action Joker, so good. Pinned that crazy mofo down pat. He had that darkness, that dark edgy craziness. And like Joaquin Phoenix did a really great job.
That's not really
in the Joker movie.
I have to watch that movie again. But it was a good like I said, it was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
It wasn't a good DC Batman Joker movie. It was a good movie.
It was a good movie, and Joaquin Phoenix did an excellent job acting it.
It was he did a good job. I hate that. I hate him as an actor. But yes.
But Heath Ledger, I think that you have to watch.
I didn't like his voice.
You didn't like Heath Ledger's voice?
I don't think I liked his voice in it.
No, I think that you hated Christian Bale's voice so much.
Probably.
That
I despise.
You hate.
I can't stand him.
You
so
hate
much.
Christian Bale so much that you did. You let it ruin the rest of the movie for you. You did. I know you did.
He's so bad.
He's not that bad.
It's terrible. Terrible.
He's not that bad. He's not great, but he's not that bad. You just don't like the I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
If it like the only good thing that came out of that was those
all the Bane memes.
Not the Bane memes. The Bane memes. The Bane memes. I'm going to get the letters right eventually. No, the videos I was watching with what's his name playing Badman.
I remember you showing me that. That was good.
Because I love that. But anyway, I don't know. We don't have much left. I only have one last thing to say. So I'm part of a lot of groups. A lot of collector groups.
Okay.
And most people don't know me. I don't like to bring attention to myself.
Yeah, this is true. Yes.
And people don't know my humor.
Oh. Did you try to make a joke?
I did. People who don't...
That's what got you kicked out of groups before.
No. This isn't going to get me kicked out of the group. This is going to have people think I'm a complete idiot. Which is fine. I don't care. You can think I'm an idiot. I don't care. I'm an idiot.
No, you're not.
But they don't understand my humor. People who know me in real life don't understand my humor 100% of the time. So this is a comic book collectors group.
Okay.
I don't know anyone in it. I have no idea who any of these people are.
Okay.
But the guy's got a YouTube channel, and I like his channel. I like the guy who runs it.
Okay.
He's a nice guy. I've said no words to him ever.
And you just feel that he's nice. Got it.
I watch his videos, and I see his interactions. He's a good guy.
Okay.
As far as I know. So this is nothing against him. It's just collectors. Collectors, I hate communities. Like car clubs I get kicked out of. Toy things I get kicked out of. So why not get kicked out of comic book shit?
It's not that you hate communities. It's that communities don't mesh well with your personality.
I'm not a group person.
No, you don't. You're not.
Anyway,
you're not good at the whole group thing.
So IDW makes comic books.
Yes.
I have the Phase 1 of Transformers.
Yes.
Great series.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get Phase 2, but I'm behind. They're like $30 each, so it's expensive. Okay, that's thank you, Siri. So IDW makes those collections, which I want to get the full run of. They also make Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collections.
Yes.
Of the new IDW stuff, which are supposed to be really good. And everyone in this group goes ape shit over these. Like, oh, the Ninja Turtle ones, IDW, Ninja Turtles, IDW, Ninja Turtles. Now, the things I like in life are things that no one else in life likes.
Weird things, yes.
People have called the things I like trash before.
Yes, trash it.
Yeah. And I like what I like. I don't care if you don't like it. I get enjoyment out of the frustration that you get from wondering why I like it.
I am well aware of the feeling that you were addressing, yes.
If you like what I like, then something's odd. Something's off. I'm doing something wrong. But, like, my collection is all over the place.
Yes.
I don't collect full lines. I put things that don't belong with things because it makes me happy. And then when you come down confused and then
you
tell
enjoy
me, yeah.
You enjoy the chaos of it all, yes.
I make up my own stories for these characters,
yes.
And then they have their own stories in the things.
Okay.
So that's why there's Transformers and Ninja Turtles on the same shelf hanging out together.
Yes.
I don't have that, actually, but
continue.
Whatever.
Continue.
So, everyone's in love with these IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle things. Now, I like Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
And there's a specific era of Ninja Turtles that I love the most. I haven't read the IDW ones.
Mm-hmm.
But there's this company that doesn't exist really anymore, Archie Comics.
Mm-hmm.
And they make the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Adventures,
mm-hmm.
which I read as a kid and I absolutely loved. I bought that comic book, original page of it and everything. Well, wouldn't you know that IDW bought the rights to it and now they've produced them.
Okay.
So technically, they're IDW Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yes.
And they're collected editions.
Okay.
See where I'm going with this?
No.
No? Okay. So, I bought the full run. I found because some of them are hard to get. I had to pay a lot of money for they're cheap books.
Yes.
They got like maybe 4 comics in one book, and there's 15
Continue.
of them. Whatever. I'm painting a picture for the listeners.
Okay.
All right. So I took a picture of all 15 copies spread out. Mm-hmm. And I was like, hey, guys. I got all the TMNT IDW collections. I'm so happy. These are the ones you were talking about, right? And I just let it sit there. 5 seconds in. It's flooded. No one posts anything. No one writes anything. It's all memes. Of people, like, confused. Disgusted. Like, looking around like, what?
Who is this dude?
I think some of them legitimately think that I'm a fucking idiot. And then people are commenting like, no. They're the modern ones. They're the hardbound ones. What is this? Like, some people are legitimately, I can't tell if
Are you legitimately confusing people, or are you just making people mad at you?
I don't know. But look, I just like what I like.
You like what you like.
That's so complicated. And I just like...
And you relish in the fact that nobody else likes it.
Well, I don't relish in it. I just...
You do. You said you do. You get enjoyment out of people's...
I get some enjoyment out of people confused.
You get enjoyment out of people's confusion
and
frustration with your enjoyments.
That's not what it is. It's a... okay, we're going to put on our psychologist hats now.
Got it.
It's a coping mechanism.
Okay.
I've never been accepted.
No.
In anything I've done.
I accept you.
Like, think about it. Every job I've had, every community I've joined, I've never really fully been accepted. I've always been that weird one that doesn't really belong but somehow got into it. Fraternities, everything. So let's just say it's a coping mechanism.
I could see that.
And there's a lot of posts today. God damn.
Okay, let's move on.
No, all right, whatever. You're rushing me. You'll just have to take my word for it. But yeah, they're all like they were all commenting, saying, like, I don't know if they were like, I know my humor is is boring and odd and out there. But I don't know if theirs is the same and they're making a joke out of it. But some of the comments were like legitimately like without saying it, they were saying, "You're an idiot. You bought these? These are little kids' ones." And the thing is, yeah, they're little kids. They were made for little kids.
Mm-hmm.
I collect toys.
Yeah.
You collect comics.
Yeah.
These were all made for kids.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I got like
oh God, the monkey with the buggy
the side eye.
The side eye monkey.
And then
monkey.
the guy who owns the group was like, no, that's not it. But I love these too.
The shocked kid.
And then someone posts like a picture of the collection and was like, no, these are what you're supposed to get. I'm like,
but that's not what I want.
That's not what I want. Yeah, I was like, I got the collection in today. These are the ones everyone wants, right? Yay. But
I don't think sarcasm doesn't translate as well over the internet. I'm just letting you know.
I don't care. That's fine. I didn't get kicked out yet. But I haven't said,
good.
like I said, I don't say anything, so it don't matter.
Yeah.
But back to the original thing. Yeah, I don't really, I've never fully fit in. Even in something I've started and then subsequently got kicked out of.
I 100% know you and understand that. You use it as a coping mechanism, which is why I allow it.
Well, it's not a coping mechanism anymore. It's just part of who I am.
I mean, you originally used it as a coping mechanism,
Probably.
and now it just is.
That's why I'm so sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm just sarcastic because I am.
You?
Mm-hmm.
No, you're sarcastic because you've been tainted by me. You weren't sarcastic.
I was.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
You were like this angelic person, and
now
you're completely tainted.
I was not an angelic person.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. Uh-uh.
Yep.
Uh-uh.
Now you're just some dirty little something.
Knowledge slut. That's the last one I liked.
Knowledge slut.
Knowledge slut.
Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. You got anything that came to mind?
Nope.
Anything planned for the week?
I don't think so. I have to get my teeth pulled. I'm not happy about that.
Your wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
That's not for a while though.
No, in April.
Yeah, that's 2 months.
Yeah, I still don't want to do it.
You'll be fine.
Oh, I hate tooth pulling.
It's all right. But
other than that, nope. I ain't got nothing.
Okay. Well, on that, we got to set up the thing with Jackie.
Yes.
Because I want to watch that movie sooner than later.
Okay.
So we got to figure out our guests coming on. Marshall wants to come on next week, but we'll see with everything going on. Who
lines up when?
Yeah, because life gets in the way and people have to cancel and such things. But that's fine. I gotta get. Hopefully, within this week, I will set up that the 100. I guess we'll do a 100 follower giveaway.
Yep.
I have to figure out what to give away.
We'll figure it out. We have.
But
stuff.
hopefully this week. I'm still going back and forth about this damn Patreon thing.
Just make a decision.
I know. I can't. And then, I think that's it. So, thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you, all you wonderful, wonderful listeners.
Listening, following, all that fun stuff. I haven't checked the email, but no one sends us anything. But if you do, it's shadedcornermedia@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram.
Facebook.
Shaded_corner. Facebook, Shaded Corner. But I don't really do anything there. I just post random shit on Instagram anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then YouTube, if we ever get back to toy reviews.
Yes.
Because your first one has a lot of
It has 100-something views.
It's probably over that now. It's probably like 200 or something now.
I'm impressed with myself.
Not that that's a lot.
No.
People are getting like thousands and thousands.
Millions and billions of views now.
We don't care.
I don't care.
Clearly, we're in this for the money.
Clearly. I do everything for the money and the fame.
Yep. So, but yeah. Check us out there. Hit us up. I think that's all. So,
yep. Love you guys. Have a good week.
All right. And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next week.
Sometimes when the world is so sunny and people are a bore, I go to my shaded corner. My shaded corner. A place with all my favorite toys and games and movies and more. I go to my shaded corner. My shaded corner.